to the graduating class of 2020 from your Florida Orchestra.
Congratulations, class of 2020.
Congratulations of class 2020.
Greetings, class of 2020, family, friends, and distinguished guests. My name is Jennifer Gill, Assistant Principal of Dixie Hollins High School, the best high school in the state of Florida. Please join me in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the National Anthem and our alma mater, which can be located on the back of your program.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming,
and the rockets rattle out, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night
that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the Oh, let us sing together with voices raised on high, the name of Alma Mater, may her honor never die. Her guiding light before us leads onward to the sky. So ever let our praises rise to Dixie Hollins high.
Thank you, Colonel Valentine and the JROTC cadets for leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance and the presentation of colors. Let's also give a round of applause to our Dixie Chamber Choir and their rendition of the National Anthem and our alma mater, under the direction of Mr. Jack Henderson. Welcome, and thank you for tuning in to help us celebrate this moment for our graduates. At this time, it is my pleasure and honor to welcome and introduce to you the special guest joining us for today's commencement ceremony. First, our students. Alex Jenkins, Senior Class President. Autumn Johnson, Student Council President. Phoenix Eads, Salutatorian. And Caitlin McCann, Valedictorian. Among our honored guests are assistant principals, Mr. Eric Zebley, Ms. Nicole Holcomb, and Ms. Candace Metcalf. We would be remiss if we did not show our appreciation for our senior class sponsor, Ms. Crystal Rockney, who has contributed a great deal to the success to this graduation ceremony and all senior activities. Ms. Rockney, we appreciate you. Thank you. I am also honored to recognize and welcome the following distinguished guests who are present with us today. School Board Member and School Board Chair, Ms. Carol Cook, Assistant Superintendent for Area 3, Mr. Robert Poth, and Superintendent of Pinellas County Schools, Dr. Michael Grego. Thank you for joining us. Last but most definitely not least, the man you will see staying frosty at the top, the principal of Dixie Hollins High School, Mr. Robert Florio. Let's give all of our guests a round of applause. Next, I would like to invite our district leader, Superintendent of Pinellas County Schools, Dr. Michael Grego, and Board Chair, Ms. Carol Cook, to bring greetings to the class of 2020.
Congratulations, class of 2020. You did it. This graduation ceremony is unlike any other and is one that will never be forgotten. Your families, friends, and all of us at Pinellas County Schools are overflowing with pride as you reach this tremendous milestone. Every generation and every graduating class faces its own unique challenges, and your class is certainly no exception. And although I know the end of your senior year did not go as expected and many of the traditions of being a senior were altered, I encourage you to acknowledge those losses and then thoughtfully shift your focus to what you have gained as a person and as a class. Because I promise you, no one will ever forget the class of 2020. You learned to quickly adapt to unexpected change and to work, learn, and connect remotely. You gained time management skills and learned how to motivate yourself. And you proved to the world that you are resilient. You have the persistence, initiative, determination, and grit to face life's challenges. And yes, there will be many challenges and joys on the road ahead. Because if there's one thing I can guarantee you, it's that the world is constantly changing. And the only thing you can control is how you adapt and respond to that change. You also learn the importance of giving back to your community. In addition to the thousands of community service hours you completed prior to March, the Pinellas County Schools graduating class demonstrated compassion and generous hearts by making masks and face shields, preparing and providing food, and virtually visiting people in need. I know you will make this world a kinder and better place for future generations to come. And as a class, you've been galvanized together forever by this shared experience that only you and your peers truly understand. Individually and collectively, you are stronger for having experienced this moment in history together. And as your superintendent, know that I am incredibly proud of you. Members of the class of 2020, while this pandemic may have taken away or changed some of your senior year traditions, it can never take away the laughter, the friendship, the memories you've made with your classmates, teachers, and school staff over the past 13 years. You will go on to achieve many, many wonderful things over the course of your lifetime, and this exceptional year will become only one part of your success story. And one day, I hope you look back and realize that this experience has made you a stronger, better person. And finally, always remember that you have excellence inside of you. And some of you may have already found it, and some of you may still be on your journey to identify what that will be. But reaching this milestone is evidence of and a step towards that excellence. So don't ever give up. Discover your gifts and then share them with the world. We're counting on you. The incredible class of 2020. Congratulations and good luck.
Hello, I'm Carol Cook, chairperson for the Pinellas County School Board. It is an honor to have this opportunity to congratulate the class of 2020 on behalf of the entire school board. Although we may not be able to celebrate this milestone in person, nothing can diminish the tremendous pride we have for you. You have worked hard over the past 13 years to get here and have faced unique challenges over the past few months. I am incredibly impressed with you and how you have made the best of a difficult situation. I've heard so many stories about how you've reached out to each other, how you have helped others in the community, and how you have shared your talents. Your strength, creativity, innovation, and heart are an inspiration to me and the entire school district. I must also share my appreciation with all of the parents and family members who have guided our students and supported the school district as we navigated uncharted territory and transitioned to digital learning. Thank you for your flexibility and understanding. Graduates, despite missing out on a traditional senior year events and ceremonies, you are still the class of 2020. You are a class like no other. You have successfully overcome challenges with which no other class has dealt. Your 2020 diploma confirms that you have the knowledge, the skills, and the perseverance to accomplish whatever you set your mind to. We are living in a new world, but this crisis will end, and you will be stronger for it. I know that you will rise to the challenges ahead and do great things. Best of luck, class of 2020. Our district and our community are rooting for you.
Thank you, Dr. Grego, and thank you, Ms. Cook. And now a word from our student leaders. Please join me in welcoming Student Council President, Ms. Autumn Johnson.
Hey guys, my name is Autumn Johnson, and I was, your student body president. Before this pandemic, I had a quote that I got from my mom that she got from my Nana. It is, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And in my mind, it was the perfect quote because it can apply to anything. If you don't stand for your self-worth, then it's easier to diminish it. If you don't believe in your dreams, then you'll start to weigh the opinions of others over your own. I do believe that is a quote that will help you in life, but I don't think it's the quote I was meant to talk about today. I hope that one day, when you're thinking about this day, you remember that quote. Today, I want to talk about the early 2000s hit TV show The Office. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but in the series finale, one of the main characters, Andy Bernard, said, "I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them." I feel like that represents how I feel now. I didn't know that my last high school musical would be Matilda. I didn't know that the only prom I would attend would be during my sophomore year. If I did, I wouldn't have worn a hoodie and jeans. But what I wish I knew the most was how fast time flies. I love you guys, and I'm so incredibly proud of the class of 2020. We've worked so hard to get here. I'm excited for when we get back together in 10 years to see what you guys have accomplished. I know we're going to take the world by storm. In fact, I pity all classes before us and all classes after us because I know they wish they were us. I've never met so many people who are so open-minded, kind-hearted, empathetic, and ready to start change. We have the strength, the humanity, and the ability to impact the lives of those around us. Please don't take that for granted. I want to say I'm thankful for my mom, Bertrice, my dad, Antonio, my stepmom, Jessica, all of my grandparents, and my best friend, Toby. I'm thankful to our teachers who have been there for wonderful pep talks and love. Thank you to Mrs. Benjamin, Miss Rockney, Miss Fernandez, and Mrs. Umidas, who have all seen me rant, rave, and cry. I'm thankful for my fellow classmates for being a safe space for me to grow into who I am. I feel validated in who I am, and I thank you all for it. Lastly, I'm thankful for Mr. Florio, who never ceased to remind me that life is a marathon, not a sprint. Before I go, I want to say one last thing to the class of 2020. You are enough, and don't ever let anybody make you think otherwise. You are valid, and forget those who don't think so. And as Tony Stark said, part of the journey is the end. Part of the journey is the end. Congratulations to the class of 2020. Yay!
Thank you, Autumn. And to address the senior class president, Alex Jenkins.
Hello, class of 2020. My name is Alex Jenkins. Thank you so much for having me as your senior class president this year. I know this is far from what any of us could have predicted, and as I'm recording this, I have no idea if this is going to be used for virtual graduation or if I'll have to rewrite this for an in-person graduation. Hopefully the latter. I know these past few months have been filled with uncertainty, but you all have remained incredibly strong throughout it, and I hope that you are proud of yourselves for making it to this point. Graduating is a huge accomplishment during the simplest of times, let alone during a pandemic. However, I am not surprised that we have been able to pull through. Our generation was born into a time of immense change, and from what I have seen, our class is incredibly adaptable, and I have complete faith that y'all will be able to bring a positive change to this world in your own way. Being a student at Dixie has given me a unique perspective on certain issues, which I am very thankful for. We were not given a decision on our upbringing, but we can decide how to move forward from it and the choices that we make to overcome the obstacles that we face. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Florio and Ms. August and all of those involved for the work that they have done to support the students with the Student Center, food pantry, as well as the clothing and the washer and dryer. For me personally, I want to thank Ms. Rockney, Ms. McGowan, Mr. Colosi, and Mr. Freshley, as well as all of the teachers that I've had at Dixie. You inspire me in countless ways, and I am immensely thankful to have met y'all and been your student. I am so grateful for all the positive impacts that each of you have had on my life. Lastly, I want to include a thank you to my mom, as I wouldn't have been able to do any of this without your support, and I cannot possibly begin to elaborate on all you have done for me and how incredible you are in this short speech. To end, I just want to congratulate the class of 2020 one more time, and I cannot wait to see all of the amazing things that you will do in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Our next two guests have worked extremely hard to achieve the top 2 positions of their graduating class. Please help me welcome Phoenix Eade Salutatorian with a GPA of 4.6525.
Good afternoon, or whatever it may be, to my fellow peers, teachers, principal, and everybody else who has made this journey possible. I remember meekly stumbling into school sleepily on August 10th of 2016, walking into a dimly lit Miss Wong's room, staring at a salt lamp, trying to keep my eyes from closing shut. I was surrounded by people who I would learn to become friends with and who I feel homely with now. I sat and listened to the morning announcements thinking, man, this guy talks way too much. Now in 2020, at least that much didn't change. For a graduation, this wasn't what we anticipated at the time. Florio talked about walking across the stage almost each and every morning, trying to motivate us to continue working. Nobody thought the day would come when we were supposed to be walking across the stage, and instead we'd be watching graduation speeches on our couch. Although this situation isn't ideal, I constantly have to remind myself that I'm surrounded by people who love and care for you, me, and all of the other graduating seniors. Our teachers are still rooting for us even from our couches. They're still trying to push us to do our best and be our best even from home. To be truthful, it's been difficult to have the motivation to do my online work myself. If I were in school, I would be striving to do my best and be the best that I could. Online, this has been considerably more difficult for me. I know, however, that this has taught us to be collectively to be stronger, braver, and think outside of the box a little more. Technological advances have already begun, and more workplaces have found ways to become virtually inclusive to everybody. Not that it will have to stay this way forever, but creativeness has surged through us as a population. As cheesy as it is to say, one of the first things my mom sent to me when all of this began was, "You graduate during a pandemic, no doubt that these events will shape you." I believe this to be the truth. We are shaped by our experiences and this journey that we have taken together that will lead us to bigger and better projects and lead us to the success of our future careers. Through this fight we have traveled through together, it has reminded me of a quote from one of my favorite shows as a kid. "You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think." To end this quote is words we should always keep in our hearts as a graduating virtual class. Even if we're apart, I'll always be with you. We have always been with one another through our adventures through these 4 years and through our virtual experiences, and there's no doubt that we will be with one another as we take our next strides into our future. Thank you.
Thank you, Phoenix.
Together, we've spent 40 months at Dixie Hollins High School. However, these last 3 months were far different than the other 37. If you don't know me, hi, my name's Meredith. We went to high school together. 4 years ago, I made the courageous decision to drive 25 minutes out of my designated school zone to attend a public high school in a program that's only featured at 3 schools in the entire county. Coming from an 8th grade class of 40 kids, it's safe to say that I was terrified. Excited, but still scared. Now I can confidently say that choosing Dixie Hollins High School was the best decision of my life. As freshmen, we dodged Miss Collar's golf cart in the hallway and embarrassed ourselves on stage at the homecoming lip sync battle. Next, sophomore year left us trapped in ELP for 30 minutes where we were supposed to be getting caught up on any late work, but no one ever really got anything done. During junior year, we learned how to outsmart Mr. Katamoff and Mr. Mason, ducking around in ripped jeans and leggings without a color-coded pass in the hallway. Finally, senior year brought us daily trips to Dunkin' Donuts and Taco Bell. We thought we ruled the school, but our term was cut short at spring break. The world we live in has presented us with all sorts of challenges. Standardized testing, Hurricane Irma, college applications, and now coronavirus. I never thought I was going to miss driving to school in the dark, or Mr. Florio's 15-minute long morning announcements, or the flooded courtyard whenever it rains, but I've been proven wrong. Despite varied adversity, we found great success as a class over the course of this year. You can choose to go through life in one of two ways, by focusing on the good or dwelling on the bad. Personally, I always choose to see the positives, and I'd like to recap some of the highlights of our senior year. The class of 2020 led Dixie to its first district football championship since 1995, and we swept homecoming week, taking first place in every event. As a school, we opened a brand new student center and food pantry to benefit the community. FBLA dominated the district competition, ROTC won drill meets, and film and TV students set a Dixie record, placing in 6 videos in the Educational Media Awards. Seniors in the culinary program created the best grilled cheese in the state of Florida, while seniors involved in theater earned superior ratings on their performances and were invited to compete at the state level. We survived digital learning, for those of us who actually bothered to log in, and today we walk with a 95% graduation rate, surpassing the previous record set by the class of 2019. All of these high school experiences have contributed to who we are as adults. As Mr. Florio says every morning on the announcements, your attitude determines your altitude, meaning you only get out of something what you put into it. My participation in academics, athletics, and the arts has helped to develop who I am and shaped my choices for the future. Although my alarm clock rang way too early and my homework kept me up way too late, looking back, I wouldn't change a thing. School is so much more than books and tests. It's the friendship and memories that we make along the way. We can all walk away from this fun-filled adventure with a sense of individuality and aspirations for what lies ahead. As popular American journalist Katie Couric said in a recent commencement speech, I can sum this pandemic up in 2 words. This sucks. This unfortunate situation is one of the first we've experienced, but certainly won't be the last. Going forward, it's up to us to meet each obstacle with optimism, using what we've learned and what we'll gain in the future. I challenge you to set ambitious goals and do everything in your power to reach them. Like we learned this semester, not everything may go as planned, but with determination, perseverance, and hard work, success is inevitable. Here's to a bright future and an exciting and eventful life ahead. I look forward to seeing you all at the top.
And lastly, it is my pleasure to invite Mr. Florio, principal of Dixie Hollins High School, to address the graduating class of 2020.
Welcome, family, friends, faculty, staff, and students to the 2020 commencement ceremonies at Dixie Hollins High School. I'd like to thank our district superintendent, Dr. Michael Grego, area superintendent, Mr. Bob Poth, and our school board for their continued and sustained support of our school students and families. I want to extend a gesture of extreme gratitude to our staff, our team of teachers that have worked tirelessly, endlessly, selflessly, and now virtually on behalf of our students, their families, and school. To the graduates of 2020, this has been a 13-year effort starting in kindergarten and culminating here today, not as an ending, but the beginning to a life that you will create by the terms you dictate in a manner in which pleases you. To the grandparents, parents, guardians, and all who have helped push, begged, pleaded, and drove you to the finish, we applaud your efforts, your care and concern, your blood, sweat, tears, and sacrifice, no matter how insignificant or grand, have been invaluable in helping your student to make it to today. As the principal of this great school, as teachers, we are humbled to have been entrusted with the sacred task of educating your child, a task never taken lightly and made possible by the partnership of cooperation and collaboration. No one successfully goes it alone, and for that we extend our sincere thanks and gratitude. The class of 2020 is a unique class that has lived through, accomplished, and experienced education and completing your studies for graduation in circumstances no one could have predicted or imagined. As world record holders for the longest skip day ever, undaunted, you finished what you started despite the circumstances inherited and are poised for the next step on your journey, better prepared for the opportunities and equipped with the skills and resolve to accomplish tough tasks and big dreams. 4 years ago, when you arrived at Dixie Hollins High School, we embarked on a journey together, bonded by our desire to have you succeed, graduate, and move on to bigger and bolder things. Like any relationship, we didn't always agree on the approach, method, or means, or the direction we should take. However, our GPS coordinates were plotted together with one purpose, to have you graduate and be prepared for the next stage of your life. We were steadfast and committed to that goal, and today we see it come to fruition together. The class of 2020 continues to build upon the great foundation laid by those who came before and extend our excellence and impact to our great community and country. Over 80% of our class will continue their careers at colleges, universities, and the armed services. For the second year in a row, we have a student, a salutatorian, Phoenix Eads, who earned a full scholarship to the prestigious film school at the University of Southern California, known as the Spielberg School of Film. Our Academy of Entertainment Arts continues to receive accolades and student awards, winning Best Design category at the prestigious Palm Beach Film Festival and 2 National Scholastic winners or digital art, with one going to senior Riley Pitson. Our Culinary Arts program continues to thrive, winning ProStar's Best Grilled Cheese Sandwich and taking 2 gold medals and a silver medal at the Region 4 Skills Competition, qualifying for the state championship. Our JRTC program had over 12 individuals and squads earn their way to the state tournament. Our Theater Arts program, for the 3rd year in a row, had their production selected to perform at the state competition. And our art students had over 7 students win gold keys in the Scholastic Art Award, qualifying for national competition. And our morning TV show has been recognized as the district's best. We opened the State of the Art Student Center with multimedia functionality, with its own cafe that rivals Starbucks, run and managed by the class of 2020, along with a food pantry, clothes closet to take care of those of us in our community in need. Finally, the class of 2020 will have broken the class of 2019 graduation record of 94% by graduating over 95% of the students. Talk about seeing you at the top. You are a living testimony to what can happen when hard work and talent converge. It is now time for you to move on and continue what you started. It is time to continue your work and apply your talents. Time is of the essence. Time moves fast when having fun, slow when you are not, drags when we toil, and is fleeting when we are in the flow. Time can be elusive, as in, I wish I had more time. Where has the time gone? Or excruciating slow and plodding, as in, I think the clock is slow. One thing is for certain, we use time cavalierly. As we judiciously add things to the list of things we must do, a bucket list of things for which a movie was made, of all the big, bold, and bodacious accomplishments we will achieve sometime in the future, but before we leave Earth. But we think and act as if we always will have time to get it done, that there will always be another day. As the pandemic proved, life in Quarantineville can change plans, schedules, appointments, events, vacations, and alter relationships beyond the scope of our comprehension and comfort. I'll see you tomorrow is not a guarantee, but a prognostication of what we hope will be true. I believe that each of us are born with a preset amount of time that we will have on earth to live, love, laugh, and give. Each individual has their own hourglass that is turned over at birth, each with a predetermined amount of sand in the glass. We can't see it, but there isn't a person living who doesn't believe that he has a lot more sand left, hence more time. When spring break became the finish line you didn't know you crossed, in a game that ended before you even know it started, time in what is lost when it is cut short and stripped away becomes a focal point. The circumstances which we finish the school year in which you are graduating should be powerful reminders that you carry with you through the remainder of your life. That time is a gift. It is not a promise. And that we all don't get to choose the circumstances of our ending and when we believe we had enough. It serves as a reminder that the journey, the ride, filled with bumps, bruises, uphill climbs, and downhill glides, is life. And we better enjoy the in-between moments as much as we do the grand planning of majestic destinations and fantastic futures. Jim Croce wrote those beautiful words to a song called Time in a Bottle. He said, "But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them." Don't spend your entire life searching and wanting to achieve something, to be with someone somewhere, only to find out that there isn't enough time to enjoy it with them. Be reminded that where you are, with whom you are, is where your focus and energy should always be. Make the best of the journey. The ride to your destination is significant. The stories you will tell, the memories you will have, the tales from the time of your life are often the stories of how you got there with the people you no longer know or see in a place you no longer live. But when you think about it, the memory gives you great joy and your soul a sense of satisfaction. And unlike Snapchat, it never is tarnished and never fades away. My hope for you, the class of 2020, is that you take the circumstances you were dealt and you don't dwell and or despair. That you realize your unusual end to a stellar senior year is a great gift. For you will never take small things for granted. Mistake likes on your feed for true companionship. Believe that watching the latest TikTok video from your couch is more meaningful than a shared smile of a stranger in line at Starbucks, or the warm embrace of your friend's arms, or the pat of the back of a proud parent, coach, or teacher. That holding someone's hand and the connection from one human being to another is life, is sustaining, and is what we yearn and need. Time, fleeting and fickle, is for us to live in the moment while understanding that moment is all there is. God bless you, class of 2020. Stay safe, stay strong, and stay frosty. Ms. Gill, on behalf of the administration, we would like to ask, have these students met the requirements for graduation?
Mr. Florio, these seniors have satisfactorily completed all requirements of law and standards for the high school graduation as prescribed by the State Board of Education and the District School Board. I present to you the graduating class of 2020.
Presenting the final roll call for the class of 2020 is 6 distinguished teachers of our faculty. They are Ms. Tara Bishop, Ms. Lucille Benjamin, Mr. Billy Butcher, Mr. Jacob Colosi, Mr. Christopher O'Daniel, and Ms. Linda Rogowski.
Valedictorian Caitlin McCann. Salutatorian Phoenix Eads. Geneva Abrams. Selena Abreu. Angel de Jesus Aguirre Sanchez. Elise Ahencora Bidiaco. Brianna Alamo. Michelle Faith Aldis. Noah Alexander. Brett Allspack. Jonathan Alvarado. Angela Anastasio Rice. Brooke Anderson. Elijah Andrews. Michelle Apostol. Alvaro Arojo. Lazaro Arcia Guerrero. Jacob Ash. Carson Ball. Belinda Bampo. Brianna Barrick. Kelly Batchelor. Zaina Bahish. Brody Bell. Ian Benjamin. Jeffrey Bennett. Timothy Ballou. Taylor Bischoff. Jasmine Bonilla. Carlise Booth Boglin. Brandy Bordeaux. Nicholas Barodi. Isabella Bostic. Cressida Boudreau. Megan Boulay. Skylar Boyan. Lauren Braun. Tristan Brown. Shelby Brown. Thomas Brumfield. Christopher Broom. Jacavius Bush. Richard Bird. Dariadna Cancino. Stephanie Carmona Garcia. Olivia Carroll. Andrew Carver.
Gavin Carey. Anthony Cassell. Melanie Castillo Giraldo. Pamela Calder. Naya Chandler. Sanaya Chanel. Mia Chantha Vongsa. Elizabeth Chavez Caudillo. Annalise Chicarel. Sarah Clark. Chloe Kagosi. Jesse Cole. Cassidy Cole. Franklin Colazzo. Christopher Cook. Sophia Kuhn. Christina Coppersmith. Keith Cornwell. Chloe Corey. Tyler Cottingham. Jillian Cottrell. Caitlin Couture. Brooke Crawford.
Joseph Crotty. Eduardo Cruz Clemente. Biani Cruz Howe. Alexandra Quadrilla Garcia. Ni Dang. Isabella David. Alexandria Davies. Hannah Davis. Dezwan Davis. Stephanie Day. Estefania D. Bernardo. Georgette De Jesus. Jaden De La Cruz. Aiden Deemer. Haley Dietz. Shayna Deemer. Nazaire De Jesus. Brandon Del Rio. Angela Del Sol Gonzalez. Tanisha DeLice. Cameron DeSanto. Shael Diaz. Chloe Diorio. Elvis Doan. Sun Dozier.
Erica Dunbar. Christian Eggert. Alana Elder. Amara Eldib. Sharabi Ellis. Megan Innes. Christina Enriquez. Grisel Irazo. Kane Ewing. Isaiah Faison. Jordan Ferguson. Heriberto Fernandez. Kyle Ferrante. Brandon Ferrier. Hector Figueroa. Ryan Fort. Omari Fort Belizzari. John Fowler. Rocco Frisello. Tyler Frigapane. Bejan Frutigaman. Anthony Forte Avalos. Zachary Gamble. Justin Garcia. Justin Garcia. Aaron Garner. Ayana Garrett. Evan Gary. Mirica Gavin. Danielle German. Joshua Gilly. Olivia Giordano. Stephanie Glass. Michaela Goodich. Nicholas Grant. Tori Gray. Isaiah Green. Austin Green. Meredith Grimm. Giselle Guardiola. Jordan Haddon. Stephen Haggerty. Caitlin Hall. Terrell Hargrove. Jade Harmon. Bella Hatley. Magenta Heisler. Darshawn Hernandez.
Janet Hernandez. Yance Hernandez Mora. Luke Harold. Brianna Harry. Marcus Harry. Angela Hess. Colin Hill. Duong Ho. Caitlin Hoffenberger. Dominic Holt. Liliana Hoops. Aylin Huerta Hernandez. Victoria Hutchins. Han Huyen. Juan Jacinto Garcia. Corande Jackson. Aaliyah Jackson. Landon Jambor. Xavier Jamerson. Desiree James. Alex Jenkins. Devin Jericho. Tianyu Ji. Caleb Johnson. Autumn Johnson. Treyana Johnson. Michaela Jones. Desiree Jones. Paige Jershik. Kathy Kyson. Nathan Kaiser. Michael Capsio. Alicia Cates. Joseph Katsianius. John Kenda. Madison Kennedy. Jordan Kessler. Jaden Kotsimyang. Adriana Kiernan. Julia Kirkland. Nathaniel Coster. Journey Kraus. Logan Krishik. Luke LaPlante. Alexis Labadie. Johnson Lai. Angel Lambert. Zaria Landers.
Johanna Laughlin. Isaiah Laurent. Hao Lee. Lisa Lee. Raymond Lemasters. Arares Leon Perez. Demi Leonard. Michael Lester. Carly Lewis. Jalea Lilly. Jeanne Michaela Lim. Messiah Lindsay. Brianna Yamas. Jonathan Lones. Brennan Loven. Mia Lovett. Thera Lucian. Quinn Mai. Valentina Maldonado Liquez Amon. Kira Malone. Anastasia Marconi. Jenna Martin. Nicholas Martin. Junair Martinez Acosta. Leslie Martinez. Melanie Mata Juarez. Alberto Mateo. Caitlin May. Adonis Mayorga. Abigail McLeod. Zach McHugh. Ryan McDonald. Mercy McLaughlin. Isaiah Mejia Alba. Amanda Melion. Courtney Mendez. Stephanie Mendoza. Marissa Mercado. Fiona Madari. Kiera Milkowitz. Jalen Miller. Marvin Mitchell. Clayton Moeller. Jonathan Montelongo. Edwin Morales. Alejandra Morales. McKenna Morrow. Victoria Muir.
Marissa Mulholland Shalemi. Devin Munn. Justin Murgison. Leslie Murphy. Emily Murray. Justin Nazario. Kaylin Niger. Rachel Nelson. Kim No. Kang Win. Quinn Win. Tien Win. Vi Win. Hugh Win. Graydon Nielsen. Todd Naquette. Yamal Nadarse. Christian Nolan. Bailey Odom. Naomi Alvera. Savannah Opal. Paula Orellana. Robin Ormaza. Edisandre Ortega Garcia. Angel Ortiz. Connor Oscar. Haley Ott. Adriana Park. Andrew Parkinson. Andres Patricio Perez. Alexis Peck. Jason Perez. Daniel Perez. Eduardo Perez. Rihanna Perrier. Rihanna Perry. Thomas Pham. V. Pham. Tongspan Fosi. Riley Pitson. Genesis Poindexter Amos. Jonathan Poland. Chloe Pompilio. Julius Papiti. Monica Hoare. Michael Powell. Esbon Providence. Reason Quinn.
Anya Rajek. Kaylee Ramos. Charles Reardon. Kyla Reum. Crystal Rentis. Keith Reuter. Jasmine Rios. Louis Rivera Soto. Kalia Robbins. Emily Rogers. Luis Rodriguez. James Rolfs. Ariamis Roman. Beatrice Roque Valencia. Maurice Rosebud. Alexis Sachs. Anthony Salas. Antonio Salazar Marin. Talissa Salinas. Adriana Saliot. Elizabeth Sanchez Rivero. Reese Santiago. Nicole Sands. Samsun Nahar Sara. Andrew Sayanuso. Aria Sayanuso. London Sales. James Schultz. Yanira Segura Rosario. Allison Seipel. Kevin Sarah Priest. Rick Sexton. Zachary Shaw. Alex Scheffler. Leilani Shervis. Garrett Shoemake. Paul Simpkins. Xavier Simpson. Caitlin Sims. Lucas Sinatra. Joseph Slaughter. Randall Smith. Jakara Smith. Cole Smith. Sonia Smith. Trevor Snoddy. Satra Som. Devian Soto.
Cassandra Spokes. Julia Stone. Daniel Stromich. Lee Struther. Anir Raul Suarez Benitez. Jenna Sullivan. Christopher Swedish. Richard Tatro. Dung Tai. Destiny Thomas. Lily Tim. Courtney Touche. Donald Touche. Anne Tran. Carolyn Trebus. Logan Trudell. Lucas Tucker. Angelina Va. Harlan Valdez. Alessandra Valdivieso. Rosalie Valero. Cassandra Valles. Daniela Varela Andrade. Fiona Varno. Nakia Vartanian. Ashton Vaughn. Haley Velasquez. Haley Vetter. Lara Villa Aguila. Jessica Villanueva. Julian Walsh. Hannah Warren. Jacob Weatherby. Hunter Weaver. Kari Webb. Mason Wedge. Haley Welch. Riley White. Brianna Weisner. Ainsley Williams. Killian Williams. Victoria Wilmar. Chase Wilson Lear. Chad Wilson Lear. Sarek Wolf. Kayla Wolfanger. Amber Wood. Angela Wood. River Wood.
Savannah Woodson. Ryan Wright. Dylan Yarger. Brendan Young. Garyon Young.
Seniors, on behalf of the administration of Dixie M. Hollins High School, we pronounce you graduates. You may move your tassel from right to left. Congratulations.